best interest to not have them travel the 17 to 20 hours it would take, depending with the layover time, to come to Kuwait and to live here in this apartment. It's a smaller place. So I thought that my cat Sam would be happier with someone else. And BBJ, I wasn't too sure. She's had a lot of health problems. I could tell she's been declining. I've lived with her for 20 years. I suspected she had arthritis because she did limp a little bit. Part of that, her claws, as I read, older animals, their claws actually grow a lot longer because they don't scratch. She stopped scratching. My other cat, Sam, his claws were fine. I'm able to trim his claws. He's very calm. But with BBJ, what happened was this bully reached out to me offering to take BBJ, and I refused. I'm not going to give somebody who's been bullying me for years my pet to take care of. Mind you, she did have 2 pets of her own that she ended up having to euthanize. She was villainizing me for wanting to take BBJ to the vet for a consultation on possible end-of-life consultation, depending on her well-being, because it's about her quality of life at this point, what kind of ailments she had, and to also get her nails taken care of. When I was in Kuwait, I video timed with my roommate who was taking care of my pets for me, and I asked him to show me her nails. At the time, it was a little hard to see, but they looked fine to me. They looked like decent, like they could wait till I get home. And she does have long hair on her feet, so it's a little hard to see. Now, BBJ, actually, anytime I touch her paws, she doesn't like that. And when I especially would try to cut her nails, she shrieks a lot. So it makes me very nervous to do it. So I prefer to have it done by a veterinarian. So when I got home from Kuwait, I made an appointment to see a specific vet in my hometown, the vet I know that has seen her before and has her file. So I did it. It was a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks later, and that when her appointment was, and that was to see if she was able to be rehomed or if I should euthanize her. And to me, that is my choice as a pet owner. I was villainized by these people over and over and over. And the reason is for their own selfish motivation, because they make money off of creating drama and verbally abusing me. This is how they make a living. This person makes an insane amount of money being an internet bully mean girl. That whole community on us. The point is to talk about this animal abuse. So what's being done is false outrage. So because I told this bully, no, she cannot have my pet, she actually did something vile and deceitful. And she actually had one of her family members, her sister-in-law, persistently messaged me through Instagram DMs, reassuring me that she's this lonely woman, she's very ill in bed, she would be able to really take care of BBJ. Just very reassuring, sent me pictures and things like that of her home. I really wanted to take the time to make sure that she would be suitable, and I fell for it. And so this bully of mine, so I had a vet appointment set up, right? Remember this. So whenever I agreed to rehome my pet BBJ to this person who I trusted, to have, if I had known they had anything to do with this psycho, sorry for lack of a better term, but I can't think of any other word for that kind of behavior. And it's really weird that more people don't see it. But anyway, it was set. She wanted to pick up the cat right away, said she would take care of all the vet bills. And I did actually, in my DMs with her, say, well, you want to pick up the cat tomorrow? I actually have a vet appointment tomorrow to bring BBJ to have her checked out and to have her nails trimmed, because I did have another look at the nails, or tried to as best as I could. And it did look like they were growing into the pads. And this did happen once before in BBJ's later years. Because I didn't realize how fast they were growing. Like Sam's nails, my younger cat, his nails were fine. They grow at a normal rate. He scratches his scratch post, the furniture, everything, But hers, the nails get really coarse and they grow at a very rapid rate because of that. So they were overgrown. And yes, I do feel bad for that. Does that make me a horrible animal abuser? And no, it doesn't, because this one incident, or even 2 incidents of the nails being an issue. Again, I was away in Kuwait for 3 months. So I didn't really have the scope of the situation until I came back. And even if you think I should have taken her right away instead of a couple of weeks later, a few weeks later, whatever, that still doesn't make me a horrible animal abuser, because there are actual people out there who really abuse their animals. And not just that, I've taken really good care of her for 20 years. My pets love me. Tried my best to give them the best life that they could. So for people to just completely dismiss my entire ownership of these cats for the past years and years, when they've been following me on vlogs, taking care of them, being happy, playing, etc., etc. Now all of a sudden, my cat abuser, because of the nails. So back to the story. Basically, I know it's hard to follow. It's just ridiculous to me. Like, I just can't even believe I'm having to talk about this. Having to rehome your pets is a distressing thing enough to do. Like, people act like I was happy to do it and just ditch my pets for a man. No, this is my soulmate. Thank you very much. And I have a right to be happy in my life. Circumstances change in life. And moving here is something that I want to do for my life. And we're also going to be traveling. So this is for their best interest. I don't believe in prolonging a cat's life if they're not going to have the quality of life at that age, and they're just going to have to be euthanized. Don't want to burden someone with that, with all the vet bills, etc. But this person insisted. I should have maybe had a red flag. So the person refused whenever I said, I'm going to take the cat to the vet before you pick her up. And I have the DM here. They refused, and here's why they refused. Because this bully relies on creating false outrage or scenarios out of contrived drama to get views. So she's actually exploiting my cat and her problems for money and views at this point. It's actually disgusting. And what happened was this bully sent her brother to come pick up my cat. This person dressed up in disguise and hid behind a snowbank near my home. And she basically stole my cat through deception. And she'll use the excuse, well, you gave the cat away. There's really nothing I can do about it. So because it's out of my control, I leave the rest up to God now. That's my new motto. That's how I try to live my life. Do I get emotional and get upset? And yeah, I do. And sometimes I lash out. I mean, I'm human. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not an angel. But I do have the sincere want to change as a person and become better, which is more than I can say for a lot of people who just want to keep dragging me down to their level. And sometimes it works. I'm not going to lie. So she has the cat. Maybe the next day or a couple days later, she goes online and reveals her big plan. And she's the biggest hero for saving BBJ. She really, really emphasizes how the cat was screaming when she took her to them. The cat always screams anyway, anytime I touch her paws to cut her nails, even when they weren't overgrown. And I did explain this in another video before. So now she's milking this to the max, even though I said I would take the cat to the vet and have her looked at, make sure she's rehomable. But no, because if I had done that, then this bully would not have more content to milk and to try to ruin my reputation with this hashtag of animal abuse. So you can hashtag all you want. You can cancel me all you want. I've been canceled thousands of times before. And you're not going to prevent me from speaking my mind and being here for my fans and my followers and people who enjoy me and understand that I'm not an animal abuser. That's the story. Imagine somebody targeting you for years, bullying you and body shaming you, coming for your family, stealing your content every day to use it against you, how that would affect your mental health if you let it. I refuse to let it anymore. And then going through the process, when I was home for a month in Canada, I had so many things to tie up. I was a financial mess. I was an emotional mess. I deal with mental health and eating disorder. I am a mess. I'm a train wreck. And I realize this is why people watch me, but I'm still a human being. And I loved my pets. And I still wake up every day, like, in a little bit of disbelief that they're not here. So to have that traumatic experience, it was traumatic for me to have to do that. To know that your elderly cat that you only wanted to do the best for, whether that was rehoming her, she was fit, or whether to put her down in humane euthanasia. I'm being called a cat killer for humane euthanasia, even though this bully euthanized her 2 pets. So the hypocrisy is just outstanding, and it's just a toxic community, and it's not something I want to address anymore, and it's not something I will be on this video or series of videos. It's just not going to happen. And like I said, cancel me, do what you want, but just leave me alone. And if you can't, that's fine. I will just block and just focus on God and my newfound journey and my husband and you guys, my followers. There's some of you who have been here for me through the whole thing. I've been on social media for like since 2017, and it's not easy. It's so cutthroat, but it is rewarding for people like you guys. You know who you are, and also it's gotten me through a lot of tough times. The other side of the coin, is that it's gotten me through a lot of tough times, and it's given me an outlet to talk about a lot of things. So that I appreciate. As for the BBJ situation, people rely on verbally abusing me, body shaming me, targeting me, creating drama that will get them clicks and views, even if it's false. There's so many things that are false. It's like a really crappy version of the tabloids. If that can even be possible for me to say crappy version of the tabloids, because tabloids are crappy. So anyways, if you're here, I hope you listen to my story and I hope you understand. And that's about it. So I plan on doing more content here. I really like TikTok, and I think people are just trying to ruin my reputation on here. And you can make your own judgment, but I'm not an animal abuser, and I refuse to label myself that. And I refuse to listen to any future negativity towards me in regards to that anywhere. So anyway, thanks for listening. Bye, guys.